Hey YouTube, Jace here, Entrepreneur Jace. I just want to make this video in advance just to let you know that I'm so blessed from all the opportunities I've came across, and it wasn't always easy growing up as a kid, and I live on my own now and it's great. I mentioned this last time. I live with my girlfriend, and there's a lot of goals that I want to execute on, and a little tip for you guys, if you ever want to achieve something, you got to visually picture yourself in that position. Like today I was walking, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a car guy. I like cars and stuff like that, but I'm not that guy. If I ever did really well in society, made money, probably only 25% would go to me, because I just love taking care of people, and I love giving as much value as I can to people, either if that's through videos, money, or if it's lending a hand, a favor, stuff like that. But I just want to say, if you guys want to be an entrepreneur, and if you want to, succeed in life, you got to be always positive. I was explaining to my girlfriend today that, I'm low-key stressed about what I want to do with my life. And she said, why haven't you tell me? And I told her, I don't show it much. I don't show that I'm always stressed, because why do that? Why stress somebody else out because you're stressing? But I told her today, I'm like, hey, if I've been acting differently lately, I've just been low-key stressing about what I want to, do. And sometimes I'm even scared to go all in with this whole social media marketing stuff, because sometimes I think to myself, what if I put all this work in and it all goes down the hole? But you got to give it that courage and that hope, and you got to try. Biggest thing to succeeding of what you want to do is letting people know that you're doing it, and hopefully get some supporters and some fans, because it's hard to do a lot of things on your own. I'll tell you that. I've been doing a lot of different things on my own, and it kind of gets boring. When your own studying and mental frameworks is always with you, it gets kind of boring sometimes. So always network with people and try to get as much people knowing about what you're gonna do as possible. And it doesn't have to be too much of bragging. I don't brag about being an entrepreneur. To be 100% honest, I'm not even an entrepreneur yet, but this whole channel is a documentary of me trying to get somewhere that I really, really want to get. And I've been telling myself this for the past month or so, if I succeed in the things I want to do in life, if I really push it to the limits I like to push it to, I imagine how many people I can make happy in the end. Because I can't tell you how excited I am just to, finally say, what, let's book a trip to go somewhere and enjoy ourselves. Because I have been working pretty hard, this whole year, just focusing on myself and my future and stuff like that. I've put the foot down on many pallets as possible to make sure that everything is aligned and in order. I hate planning out stuff when there's so much things to take care of first before you actually execute on those plans. I always make sure that my roadmap is clear, and that there's no complications in between. And obviously complications and a lot of risks will come into play, but you got to be ready to either take those risks or help people to get people to help you stabilize yourself, because it's pretty hard. You can't just invest 10 grand in something or 5 grand in something and you're saying to yourself, because I invested this much, I have to get this much. You got to work smart in plenty of ways. You got to work hard to get that worth ethic, and that commitment along with the things that you like doing is key in today's. And this is for ever. I'm talking any job you want to do, and I'm sure you guys all know that. But this video is just me saying that I'm so blessed. Even though I don't have a car, I should have got my license in October. My girlfriend asked, why didn't you get your license yet? I can't even afford to get my license right now. I can't even afford to get my pair of glasses, and I really need glasses. My eyes are very bad. I can't even afford certain things, and it's not because I work. I do work, but I paid towards my rent, and that's important, because I do live in a little nice place, and I make sure that I have that always locked down, and I make sure that I'm always in that position where, because my business partner prior to, he's due 2 months in rent, and he was so focused on entrepreneurship at the beginning, and he just went downhill from there. And he owes a lot of money to certain people, and just me making sure that I work my ass off and paying off my rent, getting that settled first. Like I said, no complications with this roadmap. I want to be able to execute on the things I like doing without any interferences, such as you need to pay your rent, otherwise you're gonna get kicked out. Me getting kicked out of my own home, no internet, there's a lot of things that go with that. So it's not just where you stay, it's about all the things you like doing, and it's really hard to think about that, especially when you're in a position where you can't afford it. So I'm gonna try my best. My family, I'm not my family is my family. I'm pretty sure each person can say their family is a bit crazy and messed up, because you've been living with them so often, especially if you have siblings. But I just want to say that, you know, my mom grew up on welfare and just, you know, never really had a job. She's a great mom, don't get me wrong, but just never had a job, right? And like I said, I hate saying stuff like that. I'm still blessed of all the things I have. You know, there's starving kids in Africa right now. Like, I guarantee you, if anyone else made this video, they'd be talking how shitty their parents are. You know, I especially credit to my sister. She took care of me when I was younger. My older sister, Jade, she's 30 years old, and, you know, I just a big thank you to her. And, you know, I did work my ass off, and I tried, you know, giving her some money to support her in some certain ways sometimes. I gave my brother some money too. You know, I'm talking like over $1,000, you know, just to help them out and stuff like that. And I say this a lot, you know, make sure that you're secure and that you can help yourself before you help others. But to be honest, in any case scenario, even if I'm homeless, I'm already blessed because, you know, I watch a lot of, not even watch, but I build a lot of contrast between, you know, the outside world, speaking of like third world countries compared to here. And, you know, I can't tell you how blessed I am. And just, you know, not to add more blessings on it, but to add more success. So anyways, guys, I went sailing today for the first time, and like I'm blessed about this as well. I met a guy named Pierre, and he was painting our decks. He was painting each neighbor's deck, and he hired or he charged the people who usually do it, but he said, hey, I know what I'm doing. You don't have to drive all the way down here to do it. I'll just charge you and I'll do it. And I said, this is where I met this guy. He's my neighbor, but I just met him because he was painting our deck. And we had a conversation kind of about life and stuff like that. And he said that he's a sailor. And, you know, talk about a 10-minute or talk about like a 45-minute sail trip. This guy has a story to his life. He's about, I would say, 60 years old. And, you know, he's been flying helicopters since, you know, for 40 years. He sailed across the whole Pacific. And, you know, just, you know, people like that, like, they're legends. It's been such an honor today to even go sailing with him. And my girlfriend came with me, and he taught my girlfriend and I, and he said, once you guys get the hang of it, you can take my sailboat out. Like, things like that. Like, I'm just so grateful for things like that. And I just want to say, you know, if anything comes in the way of you guys doing your entrepreneurship, just think about how much people aren't getting what you're getting, and truly think about, you know, how blessed you really are. If you're living at your parents' house right now and they buy you stuff and they don't buy you as much as you want, you know, come on. Like, there's people that don't even have beds to sleep in. I've been to Mexico, I've been to Dominican Republic, and I tell you, the poor sides of those countries is so sad. I've been there before. There's kids, you know, with their hands out asking for money, for food, like they have no clothes, and it's so sad. You know, half the stuff I have today, I don't need. And, you know, if you compare it to the people in LA and all that stuff, spending all this money on different things, you know, Audi R8s, you know, they earned it, but there's plenty of ways they can put their money to. And, you know, I'm not perfect, but I definitely do want to document this video and just say a little note to myself and a note to you guys is to always be grateful. You know, if you see me happy and the fact that I said I couldn't afford glass and stuff like that, and you're probably going, what, you couldn't do that? Like, I'd be so upset. Don't be. You know, things are great in life. Look where I am right now. Beautiful out here. You know, I got to be at work in about 10 minutes. I might be late, but I do want to make this video just saying, if you guys can get anything out of this video, such as always be positive and, you know, never let interferences come into your roadmap to success. And, you know, I want you to visually picture yourself with whatever possessions that you want to get. If you're not desperate, but if you're, you know, trying to work your ass off to really build a 6-figure income, and you do really want to buy your first really nice brand new car, 2018 car, picture yourself in that car and picture yourself, you know, how you would react to that certain situation. And if you can't, then you're basically fake. You're just trying to be like everybody else who wants all these dreams. You know, you truly got to picture yourself and have a lot of passion. You guys hear this every day, but I'm sure you guys, you know, haven't read between the lines yet. And this is the moment to really picture, you know, the future. If you're not excited about the future, you're not going to make money. That's the #1 rule. Get really excited and, you know, really see what's going to happen in the future and, you know, take advantage of trends. And, you know, if you're a YouTuber and you've been working so hard for 5 years and you only have like 30,000 subscribers, and somebody who makes one video, such as that Catch Me Outside girl, you know, she was a girl, she's did all this bad stuff, and now she's rewarded with all this money and fame. You know, there's a lot of things to that. So you got to catch the trends. This world is not yet a crazy enough place to deserve undeserved people. To get what you want in life, you got to deserve what you want. Anyways, guys, I got to go to work. This is a 10-minute video. I hope that you guys enjoy this. You know, I'm starting my private Facebook group, and it's coming out tomorrow, and I'm going to invite a lot of people. We're going to do an exclusive offer. The first 50 to 100 people get in for free. From there, it's going to we're gonna charge, you know, a $5 admission cost, stuff like that, because we're gonna be putting a lot of work and value into it. It's basically a course for a Facebook group, and yeah, so I'll catch you guys in the next one. I hope that you guys did enjoy this, and I'll talk to you soon. God bless you.